Good morning, students. Now we are going to discuss three theorems. First one, for every square matrix A of order n, A into adjoint A into A is equal to determinant A into In. Now our first theorem, for every square matrix of A of order n, A into adjoint A into A is equal to determinant A into In. In means unit matrix of order n. You know already. Okay, now our proof. For simplicity, we prove the theorem for n equal to 3 only. N equal to 3 means what? N equal to 3 means the order, square matrix of order 3. Now consider A. Already, usually we take the square matrix A11, A12, A13, A21, A22, A23, A31, A32, A33. Okay. Next, now we are going to find the product corresponding elements with corresponding cofactors. Product and add. Okay, first row, we take first row with the first row cofactors. Okay, A11 into A11, A12 into A12, A13 into A13. This value will be determinant A. This is already we learned in 11th standard. Finished. Okay, now we take first row element and cofactor is second row. That is A11 into A21, A12 into A22, A13 into A23. This answer will be 0. Already we know. Okay. Next, first row into third row cofactor. That is A11 into A31, A12 into A32, A13 into A33. This answer is also equal to 0. Similarly, we take second row and similarly we take third row. The corresponding answers, that is the element and cofactors are same answer. The answer equal to determinant A. Okay. Next, we are going to find A into adjoint A. That is A is already, we take A is A11, A12, A13, A21, A22, A23, A31, A32, A33. This is our A matrix. Now the adjoint A of this matrix, that is A11, A21, A31, A12, A22, A32, A13, A23, A33. The product. This product is, how do you find the product? First row. We take first row in first matrix and first column in second matrix. Product A11 into A11, A12 into A12 plus A13 into A13. The answer is determinant A. Already we found this is. Okay, next we select second row. We select second row and second column. This is first row, first column, first row, second column, first row, third column, and second row, first column, second row, second column, second row, third column, third row, first column, third row, second column, third row, third column. That is in 7 shape. Already I told you 7 shape. We multiplying two matrices in 7 shape. Are you remember? 7 shape. Okay. The answer is what? Determinant A 0 0 0, determinant A 0 0 0, determinant A. We take the common factor determinant A. Now the second matrix 1 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 1. So we take the common factor determinant A. The remaining 1 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 1. This is I3. I3 means 3 cross 3 identity matrix. Okay, finish. This is equation number 1. Okay, this is equation number 1. Now we select next step, adjoint A into A. We are going to find adjoint A into A. First we write adjoint A. Next we write A matrix. Similarly, the same way. What is the same way? The seven say the product. First row, first column, first row, second column, first row, third column. We multiplying the second row, first, second row, third, second column, second row, third column. Likewise, the answer will be determinant A 0 0 0, determinant A 0 0 0, determinant A. We take the common factor determinant A. Next matrix 1 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 1. The matrix is I3. So the two equations. What is the two equations? First equation determinant A into I3. Second equation also determinant A into I3. What is our statement? A into adjoint A into A is equal to determinant A into In. We take 3 cross 3 matrix I3. We get the answer determinant A into I3. So finished. Our theorem, first one theorem is finished. I3 is the identity matrix of order 3. So the equation 1 and 2 we get A into adjoint A into A, determinant A into I3. So finished our first theorem. Now we are going to prove the second theorem. What is the second theorem? The definition of inverse of a square matrix. First we discuss the definition of inverse of a square matrix. What is a square matrix definition? Inverse. Okay, let A be a square matrix of order n. A be a square matrix of order n if there exists a square matrix B of order n such that AB into BA is equal to In. Then the matrix B is called an inverse of A. Okay. Now, once again, I tell let A be a square matrix of order n if there exists a square matrix B of order same order n such that AB is equal to BA is equal to In. Then the matrix B is called an inverse of A. Now we are going to discuss second theorem. If a square matrix has an inverse, then it is unique. Listen once again, listen. If a square matrix has an inverse, then it is unique. I explained the very simple way. For example, we take 4. We take a numerical value 4. Okay, 4. What is the multiplicative inverse of 4? Multiplicative inverse of 4 is 1 by 4. This is unique or more than one inverse occur? No, only one inverse. 4 inverse of 4 is 1 by 4. Or inverse of 1 by 4 is 4. So 4 into 1 by 4 is equal to 1. The same way we are going to prove in matrices. We take two inverse of A. Let we take, suppose let A be a square matrix of order n such that, let A be a square matrix of order n such that an inverse A exists. Suppose an inverse A exists. If possible, let their inverses B and C. If possible, let there be two inverses. First we take two inverse of A. That is, it is called B and C. By definition, inverse definition. What is the inverse definition? AB, BA, AB equal to BA is equal to IN. Same way, now B is, suppose B is inverse, then AB is equal to BA is equal to IN. Next, C is the inverse of A, AC is equal to CA is equal to In. Using these two equations we are going to prove B is equal to C. First you understand what we are going to prove. B is equal to C. Okay. First we take C. First we take C is equal to C into In. We multiplying the matrix C by the unit matrix In. So that we get the answer C. Okay. Now we substitute In. For In, we substitute C into AB. Where is AB? Here. AB is equal to BA is equal to In. Now we substitute for In AB. C into AB. Matrix multiplication is associative. Associative means what? We change the bracket. C into AB, CA into B. Okay, are you understand? C into AB. Next CA into B. We using associative property. Okay. Now the CA. What is the answer CA? Here is CA is equal to IN. So IN into B equal to B. First we take C. Now we prove equal to B. Hence the theorem is finished. C equal to B. Both are same matrix. Finished. Hence the uniqueness follows. Now the inverse notation. The inverse of a matrix A is denoted by A inverse. Finished our second theorem. Note one very important. A into A inverse equal to A inverse into A is equal to In. Note is very important. A into A inverse is equal to A inverse into A is equal to In. Our second theorem is finished. Next, we are going to prove our third theorem. Third theorem, it's very simple. This theorem is used our we are going to solve some problems by using the theorem 3. Let A be a square matrix. Let A be a square matrix of order n. Then A inverse exists. If A inverse, suppose A inverse exists, if and only if A is non-singular. If and only if A is non-singular. If A inverse exists, if and only if A is non-singular. If and only if means if A is non-singular, A inverse is exist. Suppose A inverse exists, A is non-singular. Both are same. Okay. Now suppose that A inverse exists by our inverse theorem. Note inverse theorem note A into A inverse is equal to A inverse into A is equal to In. By the product rule for determinants, we get determinant. Taking determinant A into A inverse into A is equal to In. Taking determinant rule. Determinant A into A inverse, determinant A into determinant A inverse, determinant A inverse into determinant A equal to determinant In. Determinant In equal to only I. So determinant A equal to determinant A is equal to not equal to 0. Hence A is non-singular. Once again I recall it, I repeat it. Determinant A into A inverse, determinant A into determinant A inverse, determinant A inverse into determinant A, determinant In is equal to I. So the answer is determinant A not equal to 0. Hence A is non-singular. Another way, next proof, converse proof. Suppose that we take A is non-singular. First we take A inverse exists, we prove A is non-singular. Now we take A is non-singular. Now we take suppose that A is non-singular. We are going to prove A inverse exists. Reverse order. We are going to prove what A inverse exists. Okay, conversely suppose that A is non-singular, then determinant A not equal to 0. By theorem 1.1, what is our first theorem? A into adjoint A into A is equal to determinant A into In. This is our first theorem, okay? You know? Okay. Now dividing on both sides. Determinant A, dividing by determinant A. What? A into adjoint A by determinant A. 1 by determinant A into adjoint A is equal to determinant A cancelled. Here, determinant A by determinant A cancelled, we get only In. Are you understand? Determinant A by determinant A is cancelled. We get the answer only In. Okay. Now we are able to find a matrix B. We take the bracket in front of the bracket, including this part. We take B. B is equal to 1 by determinant A into adjoint A, such that A into A B and B into A, this is equal to In. The inverse of A exists if it is given by A inverse equal to 1 by determinant A into adjoint A. Now listen, A inverse is equal to, this is our formula. You memorize it. A inverse equal to 1 by determinant A into adjoint A. This is our formula to finding inverse of a matrix. Inverse of a matrix, we are using this formula. So you memorize it. A inverse equal to 1 by determinant A into adjoint A. Okay students, are you understand? This 3 theorem is very important. Compulsory. You memorize it. Okay. I see the next class. Okay, thank you.